All right. Welcome back to Money Talk Sports. Just want to get in to a lot that's going on with Golden State. Right now we're actually starting a new year. Okay, so want to welcome back everybody who saw the first episode with Money Talk Sports. So I want to thank everybody for that. Had a great team there. But what I did want to talk about right now, if you notice, with the Lakers, LeBron's been out, so right now he's dealing with a little bit of quad injury. Hopefully it's not too serious. Hopefully he'll be back pretty soon. Right now, I think they're more evaluating period. If you ask me, right now they got LeBron out, and now you got Kyle Kuzma. He's a little nicked up. So pretty much, I think they're just looking at everybody else, what young pieces they're gonna leave right as we head towards free agency. So it's good. They're gonna want to take a good look and see what they have there. Make a decision with the young guys that they got and what they're gonna go on moving forward. Um, what I wanted to talk about is with the free agency, and not only just with the Lakers, but I think right now with Golden State. Okay, to me, I think that's going to be the key thing to look for. Okay, because with a lot everything that went on with Kevin Durant, with KD, and Draymond Green, the little thing that they had there on the bench, that actually where Draymond actually got suspended for a game, which was huge to me because all the years I've been watching sports, I never saw a player got suspended for doing that. Well, I know Draymond got suspended during the course of the playoffs when he called LeBron a B word, but as far as like on a bench scuffle, I never seen it before. Not where actually it wasn't even where the league stepped in and gave him a suspension. It was actually handed down by the team. So to me, that's something else. That kind of speaks volume a little bit more as far as what's going on with that franchise, And what really boils down to me is, when Kevin Durant came out with saying how toxic that situation was. I actually looking right now at Golden State. And the situation that I'm seeing right now, normally from a franchise that's usually stable, usually have great rapport, they love having playing with fun. They're known for having fun and everything, but I think this is a case where everything really came down from the GM. Okay, usually whenever you see any business or corporation when it's going downhill, you want to always look at where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? What happened? What was the initial point? What the breaking point? Okay, and this situation, a lot of people actually always want to say, well, it was Draymond was the reason. What is the downfall for the breaking point? What ultimately might be the end of the dynasty, okay? And I actually beg to differ, okay? I think this really started with the general manager, with Bob Myers, okay? Because if you actually go back to a week after they won that championship, and the reporter asked Bob Myers about free agency, okay, the free agency question about Kevin Durant and whether or not they was going to be backing up that brink truck, and he pretty much told him he don't get the keys to the city, okay, because, and I think that's where the problem came from, when he pretty much stated that Kevin Durant was not actually part of the building block when they was actually building that process as far as the championships. So one thing, a lot of general managers who watching my show, you might want to take a lesson here. Never talk free agency with the media. That's not something. If you want to do it behind closed doors, you do it behind closed doors. You do what you got to do. Because I know there's a lot of questionnaire where everybody say that general managers answered all these questions and so forth, and you always got these general managers talking behind closed doors. You do what you have to do. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say not to do that, but if you're at a parade, you might not want to talk about free agency, especially when it comes to such a key piece and a building block of foundation in your organization with Kevin Durant. Okay. I also wanted to talk about some of the things Kevin Durant talked about when he had that meeting. The last conference that he had. He actually had the talk that he had the conversation. What I wanted to talk about, because a lot of people was actually stating Kevin Durant say, oh, he's gonna pretty much, and it was his quote. He stated that he's going to try to get the most money he can so he can stack up, all his money. Now, to me, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to resign with Golden State. To me, what that means is Kevin Durant, whenever he goes to the next team, he's looking to sign a 4 to 5 year deal. Okay, so he's gonna go to try to get a max deal with a different organization. Okay, when it comes to, understand this, when it comes to statues, I don't care who Kevin Durant played for. At the end of his career, if he goes to the next team and pretty much finish that tenure, the remaining of his tenure, and it's like 5, 6, 7 years, and they win multiple championships, I'm pretty sure that whatever team that is, Kevin Durant gonna have statues outside. Okay, so whether it's the Knicks, whether it's the Clippers, wherever he goes, if Kevin Durant bring championships to an organization that didn't have championships in most recent years, I'm sure Kevin Durant is going to have statues outside. So I don't think that's going to be a major issue. I don't think he's concerned about that. And this is not some insight that I'm getting from some source or anything like that. I just know the sport. I know the industry. I know basketball. I've been watching basketball for since I was in 3rd grade. So that's actually over 30 years. So, But right now, also with Kevin Durant, he's actually speaking a lot about free agency. Usually, and it is actually prohibited that players discuss their free agency during the course of the year. Okay, so I think now if that's something Kevin Durant wants to continue to do, then that's something that him and his team, if they want to do that, then he'll continue to do that. That's fine. But keep in mind, that is something that's prohibited from the NBA. So he may want to be careful about that. Now, I heard, actually, I've been watching Skip with Undisputed, and Skip actually mentioned that Golden State need to trade Draymond Green right here close to the trade deadline in order to, make sure that they're actually securing Kevin Durant with the team. Now, I actually disagree with that, okay? I actually disagree with that notion. I think, be honest with you, and this really depends on whether or not Kevin Durant have a trade clause, a no trade clause in his contract. Because usually, if you're actually assigning a team for 1 year, I don't think you're concerned about being traded, especially if you're Kevin Durant. But if you're Golden State, if I'm a GM for Golden State, I'm Bob Myers. Bob Myers, first and foremost, would have to look in the mirror and find out that a lot of this free agency dispute that's going on right now is pretty much his fault. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying? Because I know when he suspended Draymond Green, it was like, no, it came from you. You know what I'm saying? You actually, because when you look at that tape and you see that, keep in mind, with Kevin Durant, that dispute that him and Draymond Green had the dispute because Kevin Durant was going around discussing his free agency. And the reason why Kevin Durant went around discussing free agency is because he felt slighted by the GM. Okay, so I think as a whole, y'all may want to take a look at that. Now, what I'm thinking is, and I think this might happen. So I think right now, don't be surprised. Okay, don't be surprised because I know a lot of people talking about Anthony Davis going to the Lakers. Don't be surprised if Danny Ainge secure bidding with Anthony Davis with New Orleans to get Anthony Davis to the Boston Celtics. Okay, so right now I think that there's going to be a huge shift in players. There's going to be a huge shift as far as different players going. This is going to be, the free agency is actually right around February, at the beginning of February. So I think there's going to be a lot of activity that's going on with major players that we haven't seen in some time. Especially from what I'm seeing here, I won't be surprised if Golden State is talking about right now shopping Kevin Durant. Okay, because when you're talking about value, any team is going to, no matter who they have on their roster, if Golden State were to trade Kevin Durant, that team that he trading Kevin Durant to is going to have an opportunity to secure a bid with Kevin Durant. Okay, so especially based on what they have in place already. My thought in that process is I won't be surprised if Golden State, and I know a lot of people like, no, there's no way Golden State would do it. I won't be surprised if Golden State try to trade him. Golden State is, if they're going to try to trade to Kevin Durant, it's definitely because of chemistry. It's because of a lot that's been going on right now. Right now, in regards with this year, first and foremost, I don't think that Golden State is winning a championship this year. Okay, because whenever you have that type of turmoil in a company, an agency, a basketball organization, I don't see winning because there's the lack of chemistry. It takes too much to win, and to win a championship. And I think that go in the West, based on all the teams that they're gonna have to face, and I think the hardest opponent that they're gonna have to face in the West is gonna be OKC Thunders. Okay, but my opinion, and it's very strong. I don't think that Golden State is going to win a championship this year. Okay, and then of course, if they don't win a championship this year, then pretty much Kevin Durant is going to leave that organization and he's going to join up with a different organization. Now, Kevin Durant, I'm sure him and his team, they're going to look at the landscape, who he's going to, he already stated that he don't have to be recruited or anything like that. And I think that came from when I talked about the recruiting with him and Kyrie. So they came back. I talked about it on December 14th, but they came back on some of the national networks on the 27th when they was talking about recruiting and so forth. But I think don't be surprised if Golden State try to trade Kevin Durant. And the teams, now I'm not really gonna say one team that I really think that I could see him trading Kevin Durant to. And I know a lot of people disagree with that, but people not really looking at the whole scope of everything. I think I won't be surprised if they actually trade. I won't be surprised if they actually trade Kevin Durant to Boston Celtics. And the reason why Kyrie is over there, that'll give the Celtics an opportunity to secure Kyrie and Kevin Durant. But Golden State, if Golden State looking at the powerhouse that they are, you know what I'm saying, they don't have to worry about, if they had to worry about Kyrie and Durant, they're going to more likely probably trade for Jason Tatum. Okay? So they'll probably get Jason Tatum and probably some other key pieces in that to go back to Golden State. Probably Al Horford or something like that. Okay? I want to thank everybody Right now this week got Dallas Cowboys going on, so a lot of people talking about Seahawks and Dallas Cowboys. I think the Cowboys is gonna pull it out. It's gonna be a hard grind game, up and down. But my prediction at the end they're gonna start scoring. It's gonna be similar to that type of game that Dallas had with I forgot what team it was this past year where it was a real slow grinded out game, but then at the end it blew up and then they started scoring a lot of points. I think it's going to be something like that. I say the score is going to be 31-27. Dallas Cowboys going to pull it out. Okay. Everybody, I want to thank you for coming in. Money Talk Sports. I'm going to keep on giving good content, great content. Again, you're hearing it first. Breaking news. Breaking news. Golden State will not win the championship this year. Jonathan Laurent, I'm stating it. Okay? Money Talk Sport. So that's my... I'm stating that. If anybody else stating that, check the time frame, check the date. That's just what I feel. I believe that with the turmoil that's going on, it's going to be too difficult of a mountain to climb. The different venues that they play with all the everything that's been going on, I just feel like, the fans won't let them get an easy win. They got too much. The fans won't let them get. It's gonna mentally. I think it's gonna be too much of a mountain to climb for not only Kevin Durant but all the Golden State Warrior players as a whole. Okay. I want to thank everybody. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. Click the like, click the notification, so whenever I put out new content, new videos, y'all be able to get my new videos. I want to thank y'all again, and you have a great day. Money Talk Sports.